Bro, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. People are gonna wind up dead over some YouTube shit. People gonna wind up dead over some YouTube shit. I'm really sick of this shit. Um, Fuck it, man. We gonna start back over from the top. If you watching this on the live stream on the playback, let's run through our daily infomercial. Listen, um, check it out. You can get the merch over here at opinionated.com. All right. We have the Kills Handler shirts. Okay. These shirts are $12. This has desensitizing the term handler. Okay. These are $12 shirts or whatever, right? I don't really see a profit out of that. Okay, this is something simple that you can get to basically dissipate the energy that's behind the word handler. Okay, these are my, opinionated logo shirts. These shirts cost slightly a little bit more because you got a front and a back to them. Whatever, you can get these over here at opinionated.com. We got the free belief shirts, right? I'm sorry. Let me go and show y'all. These are the free belief shirts, right? It depending on how y'all believe the dog's name is spelled. We got these in different colors, y'all. Red, whatever color you like, we got the free belief shirts in your color. Okay. Um, right here, we got the Kale's bomber jacket. Now, I designed this myself, right? And I'll say that the definition of a handler is anybody with common decency, empathetic to the disenfranchisement of the black race, a race that is never detoxed from the lingering effects of chattel and antebellum slavery, the black hole, segregation, medical apartheid, the eugenics at Tuskegee, the bombing of Black Wall Street, the LBI's COINTELPRO, the assassinations of Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton, and Martin Luther King. So, that is what the handlers is, okay? Give me one more second. And we got some other merch or whatever. I made that jacket as cheap as possible. The Cognac Chronicles, all of this. Well, I gotta go in there and change my video. Somebody text me to the show and say, remember to change your video. Now, over here, we have the letters right here. Now, if you saw Dr. Rogers' show, you saw that Rob wrote a letter yesterday from the MCC. So, we went ahead and we wrote our own individual letter. And what you were able to see right here, this is only a brief outline of what we got over here. But we got that over on the Patreon page. If you subscribe to the Patreon, we got people who are playing basic fuckboy games. You got people who are playing fuckboy games and stuff like that right now, trying to shut people's channel down, what have you. Right now, we are on the third backup channel and shit like that for the Opinionated News Network. Let me see. Also, if you can, I want you to go and subscribe to the Boski's new channel. So you go to this Boski see here. All right, y'all go over here to the Boski's page. All right, we go right here. We go and hit the subscribe button. The ops are hating on the Boski and shit too. So If you like me, if you fuck with me, then I want y'all to know that my brother in the struggle is the Boski gun. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of light on y'all. Right now, yeah, there you go. I need y'all to go over here and to subscribe to the Boski's page. But while you at that, I need you also to hit, DJ Tyson. All right. Need you to go subscribe to DJ Tyson's page. All right. Need y'all to go and subscribe to DJ Tyson. Let's see here. DJ Tyson. Okay. So I need y'all to subscribe to DJ Tyson and all of that stuff. Let me just say this. Wherever I'm at, I stand as a man, live as a man, walk as a man, all of that. I don't do subliminals because I like to be, like my liquor, straight and direct. We got a lot of people who have discussions on folks and say a bunch of indirect shit. I don't do indirect. You hit a motherfucker in their throat. That's what the fuck you do. All right? So waiting for me to sit in this motherfucker and be indirect, that whole shit. And it ain't no hoes over here. We let the government decide who the hoes are. However, as the topic at hand today, I want to get off into one of the emotions from if the evidence is so tight, why you like that? I mean, listen, it ain't no, again, the truth don't need no help. All right? The truth don't need no help. Okay? So anybody's page who a certain individual goes and copyright strikes, he only copyright strikes people who working for Robert. Don't worry though. Don't worry. I sent a letter to Rob this morning, and he gonna get it tomorrow morning. And a certain individual is likely to be addressed once Rob gets that letter tomorrow morning. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, but Tuesday. Tuesday. He's likely to be addressed at that time. Until then, I'm gonna do I'll stay sucker free. All right. I'm gonna stay sucker free. Now bear with me, y'all. Because I want to talk about hey, what's going on, E-Class? What's going on? So yeah, in the meantime, I want to talk about staying sucker free. But last night, all of my boots on the ground people, he had uncovered some basic information. Okay. We uncovered some basic information, some information that the public may not be privy to. Let's see. Okay, let me pull up this response to this motion, right? So last night, we wrote is well, I'll stay working behind the scenes. My auntie Texas Black Diamond is in the chat. I'll stay working behind the scenes. Okay. only come out in front of the camera to, distribute the message. I only come out to distribute the message, right? Now, the letter that you saw on Dr. Rogers' platform earlier today was a letter that uh, we had last night. So, me along with the Boots on the Ground initiative, we wrote up a letter for the family. You know what I mean? On the behalf of the family, asking that the judge please grant Robert his release. Now, what you have on the screen here is uh, basically the government's response to Robert's consideration of bond, right? All right, so basically, it's the government submits a letter in opposition of the defendant's third motion for release because of COVID, largely because the defendant claims he has a legitimate health risk. Recently, his diagnosis of prediabetes, which purportedly places him at higher risk of serious complications. Right there, they started this shit off wrong. However, this is not a motion breakdown. We got our show. I mean, we got our shows for a motion breakdown. Okay. See. All right, and now I want to fast forward. That's why you see me casually skimming here, because I want to bring something to the people's attention. This is going to be some. This is going to be some a very very informative show. So please go ahead and break out your pencils and your notebooks. Well, I'm gonna start right here. In any event, even if the defendant was diagnosed with hypertension, this would not necessarily warrant release. While hypertension has also been listed as a comorbid condition for those affected by COVID-19, nearly half of the U.S. population has hypertension, and whether that linkage constitutes causation instead of correlation with the elderly or otherwise at-risk population is still unclear. Which, all right. There is not enough evidence to suggest a link between COVID-19, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. Age might be the primary factor. Older people are more likely to suffer from diabetes. Records from the MCC also reflect the defendant has previously denied having a history of hypertension. Moreover, while the defendant's recent laboratory tests indicate elevated cholesterol levels, the defendant has provided no evidence that these levels place him at higher risk for the COVID-19, where he contract the virus. In fact, the defendant's medical record revealed that as May 1st, the defendant is currently not on any chronic care meds and does not suffer from any chronic care disease issues. Now, I want to stop that right here, and I want to take this time to talk to the people because right there, let me pan back to full screen. So right there, basically, they say that he hasn't displayed a history really of being the most at risk for COVID-19. However, I hate these and this one tread be out of the way. So, they say that he has not displayed he does not display that he was kind of most at risk. But it was an article that we uncovered, right? There was an article that we uncovered when we were writing up a motion, right? We wrote a motion to the courts and see. Let's see here. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. So I'm going to see if I can use this real quick. So this is, let's see here. All right, this is the infamous motion that we wrote about a week ago or whatever, and we wrote this before Robert was going, before the magistrate judge, and also there was some literature written in one of the motions that pretty much said, what do you do when your insulin pump is contraband? And that is a very serious question. So when we read through these things that the government kind of imposes, right? Such as, let's see here. It says that the MCC Chicago reflects that the defendant has previously denied having a history of hypertension. How are you supposed to test? How are you supposed to test to see if you got hypertension or not? When, the testing machine or the testing equipment that you would use, it would be considered contraband, right? And Steve Greenberg, I think, actually bought the article up. Either we bought it up or somebody bought it up, right? Sure. Okay, so we did not bring it up. Give me 1 second, y'all bear with me or whatever. When y'all bear with me, listen, man, we don't give no energy to weak people, right? I don't give energy to people who was beneath me. So please stop emailing me, stop calling me, stop texting me, stop Facebook messaging me, telling me what the actor is saying about me. I don't care. When somebody ain't on my level, I don't address people that's not on my level, man. Only talk to me about people who are at my pay grade. That person wants to bait people into a debate. So you go back and forth. You say something over here. You say something over here. Go and get your channel shut down. Listen, I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Learn that from John Henry Clark. I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Period. And that's the facts. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm looking for something. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, I found it. All right, so all right. So if we read this argument, we gonna read all of this, okay? Hold on, let me blow this up, y'all. All right. Basically, what this says is, hold on. How do you feel about DT using the word likely in the motion? He has to remember he's dealing with women empowerment, with women's empowering judge and prosecutors. Who is DT? Only DT that makes sense is Donald Trump. How do you feel about DT using the word likely in emotions? Who can y'all write who DT is? Can somebody please write who DT is? Steve Greenberg. Who is DT? Can somebody please write who DT is so I can answer this question? What's going on, Demetria? Can you write who DT is? Right, I mean, like being emotion. Can you call in? Is there another way that you could write that? Can you call it? Hold on, I'm gonna call. Hold on. Defense thing. How you feel? How do I feel about the defense team? Well, it's only so many. If we saying the defense team, all right, okay, all right. So, if we, all right, if we saying the defense team, basically, when they use the word likely, they have to use the word likely. Hold on, let me bring my mic closer. They have to use the word likely in the motion because you have to use things such as likely, it appears, research shows, things like reasonably believe. You have to use that type of language when something has not happened. Me, I would not. I would try to limit likely. I would use something that would say it's paramount that we stay ahead of this instead of behind this, because the results of the complications that could result as that could result from COVID-19, insert other name of disease here, are likely to be devastating and could have a grave will put the client in a state of grave danger. Right. So, I mean, and two, it's kind of hard to answer that without the full context of when they use likely, but it's only so many arguments that you can use. However, we shall continue. Hopefully that answers your question. But more let me go back over here. Okay. So, thus the government's attempts in this response breed to quibble about whether Mr. Kelly's medical numbers really make him a diabetic or whether he's merely pre-diabetic entirely misses the point. First of all, that equivalent ignores the fact that he's going to cross the threshold into diabetic and soon. The government's response otherwise utterly fails to address the very real medical risk. Medical consensus is unequivocal. Diabetes, when coupled with other health conditions, greatly increases the complication from COVID-19. It's difficult to manage a person diabetes on a prison standard menu. Prison is sort of the opposite of what would be medically appropriate for the diabetes diet. Christy Thompson, when your insulin pump is contraband, the Marshall Project. Right. So when we just saw this thing, right? Let me go over here. Pull out of there. I'm gonna go back over here. Go right here, right? It says that the MCC Chicago reflects that the defendant has previously been denied of having a history of hypertension. The question that we must ask ourselves as informed, likely to have diabetes, they have to say the word likely to have diabetes because they have not received a test back yet. And then when they notified Robert, he had the test back in March. All right, he had the test back in March, right? Let me see. Is this the letter? Nope, that ain't the letter. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the letter for y'all, right? This is gonna be an exclusive since it's already out here. Then I know I ain't gotta get authorization and shit to bring this up. Bear with me, y'all. 1 second. Let me see here. Hopefully it's still right here. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. Oh yeah. Give me 1 second, y'all. Please bear with me. I gotta pull this up. Okay. Here it is. It's like a question more. Is he likely to have diabetes or is he diagnosed with having diabetes? See, it could take weeks for those tests to come back. It's like a question mark. Is he likely to have diabetes? Yeah, it takes a while to confirm it. They are basically what you're seeing is as I have previously said, many people have heard me previously say, yeah, Dorothy really said it the best, yeah. As you have previously heard me say, the government has committed a Brady violation or whatever, and Steve puts it in nice language because he's basically tiptoeing around the judge because by Steve being an Illinois lawyer, then he is not familiar with practicing law in the New York courtrooms, right? And so since he is not, familiar with practicing the law in the New York courtrooms, then what you see, excuse me, bear with me just a second now. What you see is Steve is trying to tiptoe around it. But what the government has in fact done is the government has committed a Brady violation. All right. The government has committed a Brady violation. And Steve is, he's trying to be nice about saying the government committed a Brady violation because he don't use the word Brady violation because the client's medical history is a part of the discovery. If you are, going to seek to oppose his medical history, then it's part of the discovery. And since the prosecution works hand in hand with the BOP, then that will make it that they fail to disclose that. Steve ain't really argues that, but that's in fact what happened. That's very much in fact what happened. So, they are, but you basically got the government kicking the can down the road, trying to save face. The government is trying to save face at this point because they know that they did some stuff that they weren't supposed to do. They failed to disclose some things as it pertains to Robert Kelly. This is all facts. The government failed to disclose a lot of things as it pertains to Robert, right? And so with them failing to disclose very important things, they failed to disclose very important stuff, right? Things such as, like I say, things such as his medical record, of which the medical records, again, I'll say this a lot. You're going to hear me say it one more time. The government failed to disclose that medical record. Period. That in and of itself is grounds for release, because the first motion was denied on the premise that they failed to show that he was most at risk for contracting the COVID-19. And if you go back and look at the video that I have titled "The 8 Reasons Why R. Kelly's Bond Motion Failed," I talk about these things in that video. Excuse me, I'm, gotta. All right, cool. All right, so I talk about this in that video, and I'm trying to pull up this letter that I have. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. So, in 1 second, y'all. Let's see. He can sue, hold on, you kind of rushing the show right there. Money Gang, don't rush the show. We gonna, I guarantee you, we gonna get to that. We're going to get to that, because when you sue, you go from criminal law and then you're going over into tort law, right? Going over into tort law. So, let's see here. Trying to kind of pull this up on my computer, and I'm having trouble doing it. I would also argue that the BPELP held back. Well, this is actually the Brady violation right here, is that they held back the information. You failed to disclose a key piece. You failed to disclose information. And then one of the things that the judge further going on to say is that the defendant can mount a defense, because Greenberg has made the arguments before. I give Greenberg criticism when he deserves criticism, and then I give him his props when he deserves. No, this is not pre-recorded. You are talking to me right now. Okay, listen. So I critique Greenberg when Greenberg is like messing up, and then I give him his props when he is thorough. Okay. I give Greenberg his props when Greenberg is thorough. Greenberg is thorough. All right. So Greenberg hit all of these things on the head. He hit the nail right on the head, because what Greenberg said in the motion is that he needs to get out pending as a pretrial release, because he needs to be able to form a solid defense. The judge denied him on those grounds. However, the fact that he had diabetes, nobody told him, nobody informed his lawyers, and he could not call to inform his lawyers for over 30 days, then that in and of itself basically shoots down the notion that the judge denied Robert Sylvester Kelly on the premise that he could mount a defense in jail, and he failed to disclose how he was most at risk. Now, if they go in and they basically say that, hey, Robert was at most at risk, because judging off of what we have learned this week, Robert was supposed to be let go a long time ago. He should have got let go on April the 7th. When the judge denied his bond on April the 7th, Robert was supposed to get let go at that time. The government, however, failed to disclose how he was most at risk. They had that information within their possession. And again, it's a fine line that you got to walk when you start accusing the prosecution of, basically committing, a Brady violation, because the law works on relationships. Okay. If we ain't learned nothing, the one thing that we have learned is that the law works on relationships. Okay. It's not about what you know. Okay. It's about who you know. All right. So if you can't prove what you know, then it ain't gonna work. Like, me, I'm good as hell at going into these cases, breaking this shit down on the GED level. However, when y'all see me over here breaking this law down on the GED level, I want y'all to know that's not how the fuck law really works. Law does not really work like that, okay? Law works like, oh, this guy went to Loyola, I went to Loyola. Well, fuck it. I go to his fundraiser, I buy $1,000 seat every year. So I got this guy, I got this or whatever. He's an asshole. He maybe fucking did it. However, since you know me, I know you, we both went to the same school, then why don't you do me a favor because we share the same alma mater? Okay, that's it. Let's see. If they held it back from RSK, it blocked him from consulting with his doctor to do so. To do this with more than a month. All right, a month of holding him for filing his motion. However, let's continue. Okay, let's open this. Okay, let's see shit today. All right, shit. All right, y'all, bear with me. Bear with me. Power to the people, man. We back to do maintenance. Yeah, we about to rock like crack when it came in. Okay, bear with me. I just want to thank y'all for holding on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna argue this. All right. So, all right, this is something that I want to bring to y'all attention. All right. Now, this is something that I want to bring to y'all attention because this is all stuff that my boots on the ground people basically went in and found last night. My boots on the ground people or Miss Leo, wish a nigga would. We got we got we got Miss Leo, we got Marlena, we got Carter Hoskins, even though he wasn't with us last night. Definitely Dorothy, Michelle, Miss Fat Fat, and all of that. However, listen, the government said that Robert is good because he can eat a modified diet. Okay? He can eat a modified diet, right? So let's see this, right? Now, this is the commissary list at the MCC Chicago. All right. This is the commissary list at the MCC Chicago. This is the commissary list at the MCC. Okay. Now, when Rob is at the MCC, this is all that he can really eat. And this was our ongoing joke last night, is that the only healthy thing that was really on this list was tuna. Okay. The only healthy thing that's really on this list is tuna. Okay. Nothing else on this list is healthy. Okay. You got chicken. Okay. Chicken is the most dirtiest, foul thing. A chicken is like basically a rat with wings. Okay. You got chicken, you got vegetables, you got a vegetable, right? We don't know what that is. It's 55 cents, so I don't trust it. Rice. Okay, the rice is good. All right. Sweet Asian and hot and Asian sauce, Kraft barbecue sauce, soy sauce, Mrs. Dash. Okay. So none of that shit is healthy. All right. Let's see, stuffed chicken, beef, lamb, chicken soup, right? Coffee, creamer, sweetener. All right. Okay, that's that. All right. So we got V8 juice, which is full of this is full of sugar, Pepsi Max. All of this is sugar under beverages. This is all sugar. And then you got all of these drinks right here, the lemon iced tea, the wild purple singles, berry blue, all of that shit is sugar, right? You don't need this. You don't need all that sugar with the diabetes. You got the Snicker bars, double cream oatmeal. All of this shit is sugar. Okay. Then you come over here. You basically got all of these condiments, right? Then you go right back to the Ritz crackers, the Chips Ahoy's, the saltine crackers, graham crackers. Okay. You got tuna and mackerel. And then you got whole shebang, Doritos, Tostitos, hot corn chips, whatever. All right. Not even bottled water, right? What my lead assistant says. Not even bottled, they ain't even got bottled water on the list. God damn it. It ain't even bottled water on the list. Okay. Ain't no bottled water on the list. Think about that. Think about that. They ain't even got bottled water on the list. Let's see. But this is, they told Robert to work out and to modify your diet. How the hell were you supposed to modify your diet with this shit right here? This is no cap. Matter of fact, Dorothy, send me the link to this again so that people can see for themselves, because I want the world to know essentially what they are suggesting for our good brother, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Dorothy, please send me the link that you sent me last night where we can find all of this stuff. This is my lead assistant, Dorothy, who found this last night. This is the MCC Chicago's commissary list. This is the MCC Chicago's commissary list, y'all. Period. This is the commissary list. Everything high in sugar, so put that in motion. It's crazy you would think and look over the menu before putting that in motion. I mean, listen. Check this out. Here we go. Your video. So, let's see here. Okay, so we had, that was a letter that I got in because one of my most loyal, one of my most dedicated, loyal boots on the ground members has recently wrote to the White House to U.S. Rep Schakowsky. Okay, and there is a bill that is out, but we're going to walk y'all through it or whatever. Please allow me to take my time. This is going to be information packed. I guarantee it. All right. So we are going over here or whatever. We're going over here. Let's see. All right. Now, the MCC Chicago also reflects that the defendant has previously been denied of having a history of hypertension. Okay. Now, we have previously shown y'all that things like an insulin pump was contraband. Therefore, if an insulin pump was contraband, then one person can only think, what the hell is going on? One person can only think about what the hell is going on, right? If a medical pump was contraband, all that a person can think about is what the hell is going on. Now, in order for them to say that he denied having a previous history of hypertension, how the fuck are you supposed to know that your blood pressure is high when if you got a device in your goddamn jail cell, the shit is contraband? We demand answers. Fuck this. Let me bang my gavel. I'm bringing the gavel back. We demand answers. How are you supposed to know that your blood pressure is high when it's contraband to have a post-op machine? Who did they issue him a goddamn blood pressure cuff in his goddamn cell? What the fuck kind of shit is this? What the fuck kind of shit is this? You know, I gotta keep it real with y'all today. What kind of shit is this? It said he denied having a history of hypertension. God damn it. How the hell are you supposed to know that your blood pressure is high if they won't let you have a goddamn blood pressure cuff in your goddamn jail cell? How are you supposed to know that? Can somebody please tell me how are you supposed to know that? How can he test his diabetes? No staff, no lawyers, no equipment. Make it make sense. We want answers, goddammit. We want answers because I'm at the point now where we're going to have to stand outside of the MCC and we're going to have to demand answers. We're going to have to drive to Chicago, stand outside the MCC, and we need to demand answers. And if it don't work, if we standing outside of the MCC, then we might have to go away. We might have to go all the way up to New York, stand outside of the courthouse there, and we're going to have to demand answers. In the middle of the pandemic, we're going to have to demand answers. Somebody got to answer for this. If they don't let him out, somebody got to answer for this. This shit ain't right, y'all. This shit ain't right. But I'm going to go on. Moreover, while the defendant's recent laboratory results indicate elevated cholesterol levels, the defendant has provided no evidence that these place him at a high risk for COVID-19 if he were to contract the virus. This shit place him at a high risk for having a motherfucking heart attack, you goddamn idiots. What the fuck kind of argument point is that? In fact, the defendant's medical record revealed that as of May 1st, the defendant is not currently on any chronic care meds and does not suffer from any chronic disease issues, Exhibit 1 at 1. Now, the defendant's contention that the MCC Chicago is not taking any action to mitigate any of these conditions, thus increasing his risk motion at 2 is without merit. To the contrary, the defendant has been regularly evaluated and treated by the medical personnel at the MCC Chicago for various issues since his incarceration. Indeed, since the beginning of this year, he has been seen by clinical director Breach Mohan, MD. Now, I read through all of this to get to that point. All right. I want y'all to keep this name. Breach Mohan, MD. Now, this is an Indian fellow. All right. This is an Indian fellow. All right. Now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to show y'all who the hell we are talking about. Because this is okay. We got Lexus in the house. All right. Now, when we go over here, right? Let me go right here. Now, I'm finna show y'all who the fuck Kel's doctor at the MCC is. If y'all ready, type ready in the chat. If y'all ready, type the word ready in the chat. All right. This is who the fuck is saying they told Kales, right, that you need to exercise and change your diet. You need to exercise and change your diet. Exercise and change your diet. How the hell are you gonna change your diet sitting in a goddamn jail cell? Let me know. All that the government has ever argued, all that the judge has ever sided with, is that he should not be treated any differently than any other prisoner. That's all that they said. And I got a photographic memory, so it's all stored right here. They said he failed to show how he was any different from the rest of the population at the MCC. That means that you have to presume that he's getting treated the same as everybody else. So he has the same bullshit menu that he didn't have a history of diabetes prior to going to jail, but now he got a history of diabetes. So one must reasonably believe that the prison menu is what gave him the diabetes in the first goddamn place. He has been cooped up in a motherfucking jail cell for over 30 goddamn days. He's been cooped up in a jail cell for over 30 goddamn days. I gotta say it like Khalid Muhammad. Now, they told him to exercise and to diet. Diet with what? You don't have a personal chef in it, motherfucker. Okay? You don't have a personal chef up in there. Period. See, this ain't no issue of whether these girls are lying or not. This is some whole other different shit. However, let's keep on moving on. Because if y'all ready to see this, then let me go ahead and y'all say we ready. Say I want to see it in the chat. I need some I want to see it in the chat. If y'all want to see if y'all want to see who his doctor is, right? I want to see it in the chat. All right, here we go. The average patient rating for him is great. He has been rated by 7 patients. 4 of those left a comment along with their overall rating. Right? Now, he specializes in geriatric medicine. They work to maintain optimum health. Internists also treat diseases like heart and diabetes. However, these are his areas of specialty. Right? Now, this directly contradicts what it says on WebMD. However, it says, is this the doctor at the MCC Chicago? He's an idiot and needs his license revoked. Y'all see it right there in the black and white. Is this the doctor at the MCC Chicago? He needs his license revoked from a self-verified patient of Dr. Bridge Mohan. Oh, it ain't no yak tonight. It ain't no yak. All right. I would highly discourage anyone from using this doctor. He blatantly ignores or refuses requests such as to do a simple test in order to figure out why symptoms are occurring. He does not want to do tests because it's more paperwork for him, so he would just say everything is fine. He blatantly refuses to make referrals, even though they are necessary under HMO insurance. Now, could this be why come Robert did not know for a goddamn month that he had diabetes? We gotta bang the gavel on this motherfucking doctor. We have to bang the gavel on this doctor. It says, see, the first one says he's an idiot and he needs his law license revoked. But if we go down to the second one, they go into greater detail. I would highly discourage anyone from using this doctor. He blatantly ignores or refuses requests, such as a simple test in order to figure out why symptoms are occurring. He doesn't want to do tests because it's more paperwork for him. So he would just say everything is fine. He blatantly refuses to make referrals, even if necessary under HMO insurance. He blatantly ignores or refuses requests to do simple tests in order to figure out why symptoms are occurring. Okay? So could that be why come Robert did not know for a month that he was diabetic? What if somebody is gravely in danger? Then what? Then what? Then what? No, the plot gets thicker. The plot gets thicker than this, y'all. The plot gets thicker. All right. Now, this one right here, it says his team are competent and professional, and what time sometimes is an issue, maybe because the doctors is such a high demand. Okay, so wait time sometimes is an issue, but this might be because the doctor is in such a high demand. So basically, right here, even on a 5-star rating, they said that he does not service you in a timely manner. Well, what if the situation is life or death? What if the situation is life or death? Now let's go down here, right? Let me see right here. Where is it at? Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Now. Okay. Now. A 3-star doctor. He's a 3-star doctor. Now let's come over here. Now, when we come over here to WebMD, right? This would be more of a definitive source. Now, when we look at his conditions treated, we don't even see diabetes here. Okay? We don't see diabetes here. Only thing that we really got that might pertain to diabetes is thyroiditis. But you don't have anything that points towards your pancreas system. You don't have anything that points towards diabetes here. This is what he treats. This is what he treats. Okay, this is what he treats. This is what the doctor treats. Period. This is what the doctor treats at the NCC Chicago. All right. You don't even see diabetes as a specialty in here. However, let's keep going on. All right. Now, this is his rating, his physician rating, as far as explains conditions and treatments. It's a 1 star. It's a 1 star. Explains conditions and treatments is a 1 star. Could that be why come Robert Can that be why come Robert did not know that he had diabetes? Could this be why come Robert did not know that he had diabetes because he has a 1 star on WebMD about his conditions and treatments? Can I get 1 star in the chat, please? Give me 1 star in the chat. Can I get 1 star in the chat? Because this doctor fails to explain the condition and the treatment, meaning that he is sitting over here telling your ass, go to, listen, I know you in a jail cell, but still work out in a jail cell. Listen, that's illogical. It's impractical. It's only one way to lose weight. The government argued in their motion. The government said this. They said that, he is overweight, but, they are working with him to do on exercises he can do in a jail cell. How the fuck are you going to lose weight when you cooped up in a motherfucking jail cell all goddamn day? I would stop cussing, but I can't stop cussing for this shit here. How the fuck you gonna lose some weight when you cooped up in a jail cell? It's only one way to lose weight. It's only one way to lose weight. If you know what the one way is to lose weight, please drop that one way in the chat, please. If you know the one way you could lose weight, please drop it in the chat, please. If you know the one way you could lose weight, please drop it in the chat, please. I'll give y'all 60 seconds. See if anybody could drop it in the chat. If you know the one way that you can lose weight, please drop it in the chat. I'll give y'all 60 seconds before I answer it. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. If you know the one way for you to lose weight, drop that in the chat. All right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. The one way for you to lose weight is by being at a caloric deficit. You can't flat tummy tea your way into losing weight. You can't cocaine your way into losing weight. You can't crack your way out into losing weight. You can't. It's only one way to lose weight naturally, And that's by being at a caloric deficit. A caloric deficit means that you are consuming less calories than what you are burning per day. You are consuming less calories than what you burn per day. It's illogical and it's impractical to expect somebody to lose weight while they are in a jail cell. All that he has is time to eat and sleep. That's it. If you stand stationary, then it ain't no way in hell you gonna be able to lose weight. You can't fucking move around. You can't move around. It's only one way to lose weight. Period. That's about being at a caloric deficit. So when this doctor said that he explained the conditions and treatments, but you told him to diet and then they worked with him on exercises he could have in the jail cell, did y'all get the man a goddamn treadmill? I ain't see that in none of these motions. I ain't see that in none of these motions. Did you get him a treadmill? Did you get him a weight set? Did you what did they do? They said they worked on exercises you could do in a jail cell. You can't really burn that many calories, man, if you can't walk. Just a simple act of walking. The man can't even walk. Something natural is walking. He can't even walk. He can't walk. Period. He can't walk. This guy's a joke. Okay. Then you see scheduling flexibility is a 2-star, right? That would explain why come they told Rob, man, you know what? I'm tired of, let's see. All right. So she said to me, it means that I am 1 point away from being diabetic. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but I do know for a fact that I've been experiencing some of the same symptoms that my grandmother, my aunt, my uncle used to experience. Not only does that answer why I've been feeling this way, but it also lets me know just how much danger I am in because of COVID-19. When I was talking to the nurse, I asked her to send me a copy of my test results to my lawyer, and she said that she would bring me that form I need to fill out to be able to send a copy of my results to my lawyers. I let them know about some of the symptoms I was experiencing. I asked if she could bring the forms right back. She said that she would. This took place around 11:15 a.m. April 29, 2020. It is now 7:30, April 30. I've been waiting over 24 hours now. No one has came with the forms. Now all the medical people are gone for the day. I'm really feeling anxiety. I also have been feeling some of the symptoms throughout the day, and it really comes at night. Please give me home confinement. I am begging for my life. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. I ain't make this shit up. This ain't fake. This ain't forged. This ain't fake. This ain't forged. This is real. This ain't fake. This ain't forged. This is real. So when we go and we see that these people got a 2-star rating on scheduling flexibility, is that why Rob had to wait over 24 hours to get a form to send this information to his lawyers? Is this why he had to wait over 24 hours to get the forms to send this to his lawyers? This is a real question, y'all. This is a real question. This is a real question. This is why I will not address foolery and debauchery. This is why I will not address the foolery and the debauchery, because we have a man who is fighting for his life. We got a man that's fighting for his life. Now, I want to bring something to people's attention. If y'all ready for this next thing, please write "we ready." If y'all ready for this next piece, then please write "we ready." Make sure y'all hitting them like buttons. Make sure y'all hitting them like buttons. All right. Now, right here, we got a case. We got a case for the Northern District of Illinois, the Eastern Division. All right. Northern District of Illinois, the Eastern Division. All right. Javon A. Johnson, the plaintiff for the United States. And then it tells you who are everybody in here. And then it said that these are the people who this guy Javon E. Johnson was arguing against, that were under the banner of the United States. You had a warrant. You have the warden S.M. Kuta, Lieutenant Carl Williams, Lieutenant Gary Rowe. Oh, y'all over here, man. We giving information out over here. We handing the information out over here. One of these names is not like the other. When y'all see the familiar names in this highlighted section, type that familiar name in the chat. When y'all see the familiar name that's in this highlight section, right there before it say copy with citation or copy as parenthetical citation. When y'all see the name that is like the other, unlike the others, write it right here in the chat. 2. Again, we got 73 people in here. It should be 73 people. That's when you see the familiar name. When you see the familiar name, write it right here in the chat. This is something that Dorothy Mack found last night. That's why she's the lead assistant. Come on, man. When you see, y'all see the name. We're gonna go to this. This is an information show. All right. You got the plaintiff, Giovanni Johnson, has sued the United States of America and several government employees under the Federal Tort and Claims Act. Bivens and 6 unknown named agents of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics. He alleges that while incarcerated at the MCC Metropolitan Correction Center, Chicago, he was badly injured during an attack that the correctional officers should have anticipated and failed to prevent. He also alleges that the correctional officers and medical staff were deliberately indifferent to his medical needs arising from injuries he suffered in the attack, and that 4 correctional officers retaliated against him for attempting to seek administrative redress. Now, when it says right here that he was badly injured during an attack that they should have anticipated and failed to prevent, don't this sound like when Greenberg is saying that R. Kelly is in grave danger and that if you don't let him out for pretrial release, he might get the COVID-19? Because to me, that's basically the same shit. A little bit different, but basically the same shit. He was badly injured, all right? He was badly injured during an attack that a correctional officer should have anticipated but failed to present. You know, come on now. Now, let me go keep going. He also alleges the correctional officers and medical staff were deliberately indifferent to the medical needs arising from injuries he suffered in the attack, and the 4 correctional officers retaliated against him for seeking administrative redress. Okay? For seeking administrative redress. Meaning that this Dr. Bridge Mohan, however you want to say it, was indifferent to the injuries he suffered, and they failed to treat him medically. Period. This is written right here on casetext.com. This is the background. The following acts are undisputed except where otherwise noted. In April 2014, while Johnson was an inmate at the MCC, he and another inmate named Juan Frias were involved in a verbal altercation where they were returning from the MCC's visitation room. According to Johnson, the altercation escalated into a tussle match that included other inmates and drew the attention of correctional officer Anthony D. Paola. Although Paola denies seeing any physical contact between Johnson and Frias, and then goes on to talk about what actually went on there. After the altercation, Paola ordered the inmates to lock down and sent Johnson and Frias to see Lieutenant Carl Williams. Johnson and Frias told Williams they had been arguing, not fighting. When asked if they would continue to have problems, Johnson and Frias responded they were cool. Williams told Johnson and Frias that if problems arose, he would make them go to the special housing unit. This right here basically means solitary confinement, okay? Special housing unit means solitary confinement. We're breaking this down on the GED level. At that time, the MCC officials did not relocate Johnson or take any other special protective measures to ensure his safety. About 10 days later, while Johnson was sitting in the kitchen, Frias approached him from behind, hit him in the face with a wooden push broom. Correctional officers stopped the fight, sent Johnson to meet with the lieutenant on duty. Johnson informed the lieutenant on duty he thought his jaw was broken and requested medical attention. The lieutenant sent him to be evaluated by the nurse Alex Falami. Falami prescribed Johnson an antibiotic ointment and ibuprofen to treat his pain. After Frias attack, prison officials moved Johnson to the special housing unit. Johnson testified during his deposition that while at the special housing unit, he submitted numerous sick call requests. He also testified that he complained to Lieutenant Gary Crow and correctional officers Errol Matthews and Ahmad Henderson about his ongoing pain. On May 8th, he informed Dr. who was performing rounds in the SHU that his requests for medical attention were being ignored. This sounds like R. Kelly. Johnson was also being evaluated for any of his complaints related to Frias' attack until May 15, about 12 days after he was placed in the special housing unit. The nurse who evaluated him noted that his unexpectedly slow recovery, reports of severe pain, loose teeth, and sensitivity to palpitation, and she ordered an x-ray. The x-ray performed 4 days later, May 19, at which time Dr. Mohan examined Johnson and sent him to Thurrock Hospital for additional evaluation and treatment. At Thurrock Hospital, Johnson underwent CT scans of his head and facial bones, which revealed one minimally displaced fracture and two non-displaced fractures in his face. Johnson testified that his treating physician at Thurrock Hospital, Dr. Ahmad Rezuddin, told him that it was too late to do anything about the fractures because he had sustained the injuries 2 weeks earlier. Johnson contends that he continues to suffer headaches, vision problems, and other lasting injuries as a result of the attack and delay in the treatment. Johnson brought his suit against Dr. Mohan, Williams, blah, 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 alleging that they have violated the 8th Amendment by failing to protect him from Frias' attack, deliberately ignoring his serious medical needs. Johnson also alleges that the prison officials unconstitutionally retaliated against him for seeking administrative redress, naming Henderson and Crow, as well as 2 additional employees, Warden S.M. Kuta, Lieutenant Burning, and as defendants. Finally, Johnson named the United States as a defendant on 2 claims in Federal Tort Act. The defendants have moved the summary judgment on all claims. Summary judgment is appropriate only when there is no genuine issue of material fact. The moving party is entitled to the judgment as a matter of law. A genuine dispute of material fact exists if the evidence is such that a reasonable jury could return a verdict for the non-moving party. Johnson alleges in count 1 that the third amended complaint that Williams and Diapola violated his 8th Amendment rights by failing to take remedial steps to prevent Frias' attack. The defendants argued that this claim presents a new context for Bivens and the court decision. Then this is basically case law. It precludes to extending the constitutional remedy in this case. The court need not to decide this question. Moreover, because even if Johnson's claim does not constitute a new Bivens context, he has not pointed to evidence which a reasonable jury can conclude that Williams and Diapola acted with a sufficiently culpable mental state. An official may be liable for failing to protect the inmate in violation of the Eighth Amendment only if the official knows and disregards an excessive risk to inmate health or safety. So, liability for failure to protect the inmate has both an objective and subjective element. The threatened harm must be objectively serious, and the official must have actual or rather than merely constructive knowledge of the risk. A prisoner typically established a requisite knowledge by showing that he complained to officials about a specific threat of his safety. Holding the plaintiff's vague statement that failed to alert officers that the fact that there was a true threat at play were insufficient to show the requisite knowledge. So we're going to fast forward because we don't got to go all the way through every goddamn thing of what happened. Okay. So we are going to, we're going to skip all the way down. Okay. For the foregoing reasons, the court grants the defendant's motion for summary judgment on a trial date of January 14, 2019. The final pretrial conference date of January 10, 2009 were vacated. The clerk is directed to enter judgment in favor of defendants against plaintiff. So, there we go. So his guy has already been brought up on charges. This guy has already been, this guy already has a case against him. So now, let me see here. Let's see. So, bear with me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Now, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm almost finished. I gotta black out some names. You hear me? All right. Okay. All right. Now, um, so we are going to fuck. Excuse me. 1 second before we go ahead and close this. So now, this is a bill that is out right now that is put in place to stop the spread of COVID. A month ago, Congress gave the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons increased authority to reduce the federal prison population. On March 29th, Congress passed the Coronavirus Aid Relief, basically the CARES Act, providing DOJ and BOP with the ability to expand home confinement eligibility. Then Attorney General William Barr applauded the substantial steps taken by the DOJ and the BOP to remove vulnerable inmates out of these institutions. On April the 3rd menu, Barr's applause came too soon. In the weeks following his memo, DOJ and BOP have done little more than issue confusing, conflicting guidance around who is eligible for release. Congress must intervene with the Emergency Community Supervision Act, then issue the confusing and conflicting guidance around who is eligible for release. Congress must intervene with the Emergency Community Supervision Act. Just, this bill will provide explicit instructions on the BOP how to reduce the prison population in the midst of a national emergency related to the communicable disease. And then it goes on to talk about who all was in there, Cory Booker and all of these folks. The BOP will immediately place vulnerable individuals in home confinement and other community supervision outside of the BOP. Now, this is basically the nomenclature or whatever for um, this is the nomenclature or whatever. This is the text that basically says that they have instructions to reduce the prison population, right? They have specific instructions uh, that basically give the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons the ability to reduce people's sentences. Okay, to reduce people's sentences. Okay, now this is something that is very possible. This is a very reasonable thing as it pertains to Robert Sylvester Kelly. So, with that, I am going to open up the phone lines. And for those of y'all who have been with me or whatever, I want y'all to call in and voice your opinions. Voice your opinions, thoughts, concerns, feelings about anything that you have heard here today. The number is on the screen. All calls are welcome. Okay, all calls are welcome. So let me see here. All right, let's see here. Call in number is active. Let's see here. listen, the call-in number is gonna be active. The call-in number is gonna be active. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes. We're gonna see if anybody calls in. Nobody calls in, then we are going to court will be adjourned. They said that my mods are not friendly and they shut folks down that they don't like. I told the person to call in. Mods, or y'all shutting people down that y'all don't like, or y'all shutting folks down that y'all don't like. Let's see here. All right. If y'all want to call in and speak on anything that y'all heard, anything that you feel, please call in. The call in number is 314-380-5183. I need one caller, one courageous person, somebody that's hiding out in the bushes to reach in and give a call on anything that you heard. Do y'all feel that the message was do y'all feel that the message was clear and concise and that it was easy to interpret and understand? Was the message clear and concise and easy to understand? That's what this person is saying, that basically the mods, this person said that the mods they just delete anybody that they don't like. I'm giving a person a chance to call in. Anyway, Dorothy, call in, Dorothy. Give your thoughts, Dorothy. Mods, call in. Any of the mods. I want one of my mods to call in. Call in, give your opinion. Okay. Call in. Anybody? If we don't get another call in about a minute, was it the Keisha person? I don't know. This person just said. It makes you wonder if the Chicago judge, and Dan Onley are both keeping him behind board. It's not like throwing their rocks and hiding their hands. I ain't get along with anybody. I don't know who it was. I feel that way on other channels. Anybody, Demetra, call in. Demetra Spradley, call in, please. Call in. Demetrius Spradley, call in. Listen, I'm not getting on y'all because I don't know who this person was, so I can't say what y'all did. I'm just saying what my text messages say. Okay. All right. Well, it appears that everybody is not in a talkative mood tonight. So, since nobody is in a talkative mood, I want to say thank you for tuning in to the Opinionated News Network. I'm your gracious host, Mr. Trent St. James. This has been a doozy. These have been the medical concerns that come with Dr. Bridge Mohan. Peace.